As a woman in her mid-20s who did not fall for the propaganda of making big decisions early, like getting married and having kids, I really, really feel like the reason why they push that on young women is because they don't want your frontal cortex to develop. They don't want you to get a taste of life where you're sovereign, you have money, you go home, you drive a nice car, you can go out and be tricked on, but when you go home, there's nobody who pestering you and telling you what to do and what to wear and who to be. When you start to experience that life, you're not gonna want anything else. That's why they want you caught up quickly.
You can literally be out here fighting for your life, holding on by a single thread, and then you'll have a man in your face talking about, damn, you bad as fuck. You know what's finna be bad as fuck? The crime scene I'm about to make. Get the fuck out of my face!
If you're a woman, you see these men that Ebukobi is parading in his church that say they don't have wives. These are the men, in case you want to see what they look like, you better run for your dear life. I can categorically tell you that the bad character wey dey this men body, it go up for them not to see wife, because the average Nigerian man go see wife. Man wey buy him wife today go see wife tomorrow. Man wey beat him wife go see wife. There is always a woman willing to marry an average Nigerian man. For these people not to see wife, the bad character wey dey their body, it dey poor, it dirty, it dey stink, it dey smell. If you're a woman watching this, avoid these men at all costs. Avoid them.
I'm about to trigger some people. I don't care. Fact. As a single woman in America, if I want to live comfortably, my options are to sell my body, sell my soul, or settle for a man. Yes, settle. I will not be elaborating. Are you seriously going to look me dead in my eyes and tell me that a major crisis in this country is that the men are lonely? Shut the fuck up. I don't care about their problems, especially the ones they created for themselves.
Not all men. Cool. You okay with your girlfriend hanging out with her homeboys? Her male friends? You cool with that? Not all men. Would you hire a male babysitter? Any grown man who says he's okay with a male babysitter watching his daughter, whether it be a teenage man or an adult man, is a liar. Not all men. All right, so you're cool with your daughter having a boyfriend, right? Because it's not all of them. Some young men are decent. Some young men don't just want one thing. Right? Not all men. Cool. Who are you the most afraid of your girlfriend or wife being harmed by when she goes out to the world? Go ahead and lie. Not all men. Cool. She wants to go to the club with her homegirls. You good with that? Men know the men are the problem. They just hate that we do too.
I just believe that married women tolerate a lot of their husband's excesses in order to stay married. And I'm not talking of normal excesses like normal flaws. I'm talking of men being completely incompetent. I just believe that married women, just all they do is just suck up a lot of their husband's excesses just to stay married. And I believe that because men are so incompetent from birth, nobody trains them to do anything. They genuinely like to be served. They love to do nothing. So married women end up doing everything for their husbands. And sure, they come on here and tell you guys that their husbands are providers. But the work that they do in order to keep that image, the amount of invisible labor that they have to do, the amount of tolerating they have to do just to tolerate that man's excesses is so immense. That is why I don't believe marriage is such a good thing. Men just love being tolerated, and what better way to be tolerated by one woman? Marriage has been designed by men to create a no accountability zone for themselves where they are constantly loved unconditionally no matter what. Married women have high tolerance. That's why they stay married.
I just got a really disturbing message, and it says, I saw you this past weekend at the bar, and you looked dead at me, and I know that you recognized me from Instagram, and I don't chase women. So I feel like that was a missed opportunity. You could have said something. I don't know this person. Sorry to this man. I don't know this man. But he don't chase women.
Gone are the days where a man sees a woman that he's interested in and he shoots his shot. He's man enough to be able to handle rejection if rejection comes his way. But he thinks that she's so beautiful, he wants to get to know her, he thinks she's worth the risk. Now they won't even do that because they think it gives a woman too much of an upper hand, that you were the one that approached her. You're the one who wants to talk to her. All you had to do was go over there and say, hey, don't I know you from Instagram? And they could have started a conversation right there. But no, they've been convinced by the Red Pill Manosphere podcast they listen to that women all think they're too good to speak to these men and that you have to have her come to you, make these women crawl, make them jump through hoops, make them beg for the pleasure of your company. And they think that every woman is stuck up. I know you noticed me noticing you. What? I know you recognize me from Instagram. Sir, who are you? Are you some famous actor or celebrity? You're just a regular old user number 34567 on Instagram. The audacity to believe that, of course, you recognize me because I recognize you. To be confident enough in yourself to believe that she recognizes you from Instagram, but not confident enough to go over there and approach her? Sir.
A lot of women are pick-me's because they were raised believing in a male god. They were raised believing in a male god. They were raised believing that a man came first and a woman came from a man's rib. They were raised believing that the man is supposed to be the head of the household and the woman is subservient to him and is supposed to be obedient and servicing to him. Like, this is like another reason why religion has been so like detrimental to our communities, because how can a woman even begin to have enough self-respect for herself to see if her situation is not good for her if she believes that the man is the leader no matter what? She will literally follow her man into hell. She will literally follow him into the trenches because she believes that he is the leader. So if he says jump into this ditch, then she's going to do it because she's following his lead, just like she follows the male god's lead, just like she believes that the first woman followed the first man's lead. Even in that Adam and Eve story, we saw that Eve was the one who led the way. Adam clearly just went along with whatever she said. But whatever. A lot of women are pick-me's because
you have a degree, a job, and have overcome so many challenges in life. But do you still feel empty inside?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. That's because you need a husband. Once you get a husband, you can do so many things, like work all day at your job, then come home and work more. You get to cook dinner, clean the house, do laundry, wash the dishes, and so much more. Your husband was never taught how to do these things, so you get to do all the domestic labor by yourself for free.
The patriarchy is not responsible for any side effects, including husband leaving you, husband cheating on you, husband feeling violent towards you, husband committing actual violence to you, husband starting a podcast, husband having a secret second family, and so much more.
And you better keep fucking going.